Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. I just wanted to put another one out to say on this journey, all four queens, I hope that you get this message, and some of the things that I'm learning as I go along is quite fascinating. You start to get information more and more through your intuition, and I'm sure that a lot of you already know that you will only be given what you can take at that time. Some of the things that I've already known for a long time, but I've not sort of said anything. But obviously, I'm going to speak about it now. And the question being is, what would you do for money? Because it's quite clear that, people that I've trusted and cared for were willing to take money to leave my life, but also to be part of unaliving me. It sounds strange, doesn't it? But I think that a lot of people on this journey have had the same things happen to them, so it's not something that's unique to me, but it is something that I think we need to make more clear in the world, that people will go to all sorts of extremes to do that. I've had people siphoning my energy, people walking in my energy. I think in one of the earlier ones I talked around people cloning people and having hidden identities and things like that. So it's just an interesting concept as to why people feel that they're above the law and that they can do these things and think they can get away with it, really. I'm still here. They haven't got away with it. I think they tried in the spirit to do it and it didn't work. It's been going on since I was a child, so it's nothing that I'm not used to. And as I've gone through this journey, every decision that I've ever made has always been based on my intuition, and I know that that's because my guides are there directing and making sure that I follow a path that they want me to follow. And no one has the power above them to sort of take anyone out, really. But it is one of those things that is starting to become more apparent, that people will do whatever they want to do for money rather than actually earn it in an honest, decent way. So I just wanted to ask the question, has anybody else ever had that happen to them? If so, what did you do about it? From my perspective, obviously I just did the same things that you would put out to the authorities and make sure that they're aware of all the gang stalking and everything else, because it all seems to be linked. But obviously this one is this one is the one that they tried to sort of do, but not actually in the spirit. They've tried it in the spirit. And I do say to you, when you come to this channel, come with your higher self, because obviously it's things that are about spirituality in terms of not just tree hugging. And no offence to anyone that tree hugs, but obviously there are people that actually will go into the spirit and try and mess with things in there, because we're humans in a vessel, but spiritual beings having a human experience. So that's why there are people out there that will use divination, but not for the good, for the greater good, for the darker side of life. I mean, obviously I sit on the light side and I pray and I believe in the High Almighty. And it's just it just fascinates me as to why people think that they are above the law and that they can do these things to people and not suffer the consequences. And I think I said in the one before, you reap what you sow. What do people think about it? Do people believe in it? I do. I believe that you won't get away with it. I'm still here and I'm putting it out here so that it's recorded and it's out there. And the other reason why I'm doing it in sections is because it's gone. I mean, I'm over 50 now, so it's gone on all my life. So if I was to record everything that's ever happened to me, it would be forever, and I'm sure that you haven't got time to sit and listen forever, but it's just the snippets that I'm going to do, and I want to get as many out as I can this side of the year, so that next side of the year it's all about 2024 and the benefits and the positivity of 2024, because 2023 and going and further back, has been spiritual assault course, I'd like to say, more than anything else. But also there's people out there that think they are above higher beings, and I think that this is proving that you're not, and that you will never be above one, the law, and two, the spiritual law, and God Almighty Himself, and the celestial beings that are out there. So, and obviously the angels as well. But I just wanted to ask that question. You know, what would you do for money? And I suppose the other thing that, you know, is quite surprising. Well, is it surprising? Probably not so surprising. Is the fact that people were all under judgment, and I've said this before. And the judgment being is integrity. You know, when these things are posed in front of you, do you take the right path, or do you take the path that's not right? Because the test is, are you going to take the money and get involved, or are you going to say no, actually no, and go and speak to the relevant authorities? So it happens, I know, and I know in the collective. I mean, when I first started watching the channels and stuff of the tarot readers, I was amazed at some of the stories that they said, that things that had happened to them. But it seems to be a pattern that everyone seems to go through the same thing. We all seem to be targeted for the same thing, and it's just that, you know, there is time now where we're moving into a new world, and these things need to stop, because, you know, do the work, heal. I know it's not easy, but once you do it, you'll get the benefits from it, rather than trying unalive people for money because you can't be bothered to do the right thing. That's how I see it anyway. And you know, I could say there's no judgment on that, but I think there probably is, in reference to the fact that, you know, it's not a great thing to do. And so I believe that the spiritual community is a brilliant community. You know, do some great work, but obviously there is this force that wants to stop them doing the work that they do. And the same for me. I mean, I'm here to help people heal and move forward, and not, you know, look at life in a different way. I don't think there's a lot of people out there that want people to do that, and I find that quite sad, really, that you don't want people to heal, that you don't want people to progress in life and have a benefit of a better life. I don't really see I don't understand the logic in it at all, and I certainly don't understand the logic as to why you think it's acceptable to go around, you know, walking in somebody else's energy, portraying to be somebody else, stealing their identity, and then want to take them out because you want to be that person. Be yourself. Just be yourself. But then I understand that you probably can't be, because you don't know who you are. So that's why you go around doing it to other people. And most importantly, you do it to you know, the divine light beings, really. Friends, family, I guess, are all part of the parcel as well. There's probably a lot more to it, which I'm sure I'll get more information as time goes on. I know some of it, and some of it I don't feel it's right to say at this moment in time, but I just wanted to ask the question to the collective, what do you think? I mean, you know, we see on the news all the time these people that, you know, will take people out for insurance and things like that, and, you know, that's just not the right world to live, is it, really? Let's face it. So what do you think? You know, what would you do for money? And what wouldn't you do for it? It'd be interesting to find out. So obviously, you know, if you like what I've got to say, like, subscribe, and comment. I do want your comments. I'm going to leave them open, obviously, but obviously, like I always say on all of them, just be mindful of the comments that you leave. You know, comments I believe are a blessing, but, you know, just be mindful of the comments that you leave, really, and be mindful of everybody else, because we're all on the journey together. So yeah, so take it easy, and I'll see you on the next one.